Page 14, A Very Special Day. It's a nice piece. At the top of the page, they're introducing you to it, or showing you a style, a different pattern for the broken chords for the bass. If you're into improvising and things that the Alberti bass you've been using, that's fine. That's one of the things you can do. This is another one. It's same. It's just going up and down, and that's the pattern that this piece uses. Also, they're finger pedaling the first note, which I talked about in the previous video, where with our Alberti bass, a lot of times you'll finger pedal the first note. Well, here they're showing it, they're written it out, it's a half note, so it's here. So hold it, make sure you hold it down. It's another reason for learning a piece without the pedal. Don't use the pedal yet. Learn it first, and then we add the pedal later. Just make sure your fingers are holding these notes down. This has one flat in the key signature, one in the key of F major. All the B's are going to be flatted. Unless they have a natural sign. I don't know. We'll see. Make sure you can play the F major scale. At least one octave up and down. If you don't know the scale, and you should know the scale by now, by the time you get to this level, you should know your scales. But one octave up and down if you don't know. And if you do know the scale like you're supposed to, go ahead and do the 2 octaves. But don't try 2 octaves if you don't know the scale. So, I don't have a lot to point out here. They put the words above the staff because there isn't room between them. Or they could have spread the staves out more. It's up to the publisher and how they publish it or whatever. It doesn't matter. The words can be wherever. I don't sing them anyway, so it doesn't matter. The point is, that's the melody. The notes where the words are, you want to bring them out. It wants to sound like melody. Here. That's the melody. This arrangement doesn't do it, but a lot of arrangements, while you're holding this out, there will be other things going on. The left hand says stuff, but there could be other things in the right hand going out. The point is, if there were, they would be soft because they're not melody. So melody comes out. Now here at the second line on page 14, if you can't bring out one note over the other, then you play them both the same. But really the melody is the top note. Or maybe it's a duet and there's 2 people singing. They could do that too. So forth. If you can bring out the top note, just put a little more weight on it. You got to get them down at the same time though. If you can't, don't worry about it. Play them with the same. The left hand, keep it way in the background. The introduction is soft. This first 3 melodies is P for soft. And then the melody comes in moderately loud. Keep the background soft. Just keep this left hand just like you played it. That's moderately loud. I'm going to keep the left hand soft. Line, you go up a little bit. I would not go up to loud. Come back down, start it kind of soft and go back up to moderately loud. So you're about the same loudness as the second line here. Now, top of page 15 here. Half note, but lift up. It's like taking a breath. There's no phrasing marked in here, but you can follow the words and the commas and the sentence periods and so forth. Lift up here. And again, lift up. Again, lift up. You see? Now, second line, second measure. Look at that. In the right hand, it's a 4/5. Play it with 4 and then put 5th in on it. We want to feel the melody. That's what it is. So, very common in piano playing. I do this a lot. Good fingering. Yeah. Second line on page 15 is here. phrase. And you're going back up to wherever you're going. This piece never really gets loud. I wouldn't go louder than moderately loud here. So here we had to go up to moderately loud. That means you got to be less than moderately loud. Now exactly when you got lower, I don't know, but it's like the note right in front of it, the whole note. I mean, that dies away on its own. So when you start the G, start that at the same, then get louder. And then go back up to moderately loud. So it's here. And then there, third line down, second measure. Lift that up, it's a quarter note. And then these two are by themselves. You slow down. And you either repeat back to the second line on here, at which case it's all tempo again. Here. You see there's words there above that. This is the third line down on page 15. Second measure. Those last 3 eighth notes in the second measure. There's words up there. 2 sets of words, because now if you repeat it, you're going back and doing the second verse, and that's the words to, it's got 2 there showing you the second verse. And then you go back over, special, very special day. But once you've repeated it, second time, then you go on, and that's where the other words, let's share this, here. Now they're showing 1 and 4 there. I disagree, because I want to connect the eighth notes to the whole note. That all goes together. I don't want to split it. Let's share this day. No, let's share this day. It flows. So, if you're going to do that, I would recommend you play 4th finger on the A, not 3rd. When you go on, you play 4th. You can play 3rd finger the first time because you're going to repeat, and that's fine. But going on, 4th finger. That way you're in position. Here. And again, lift up between these phrases. The left hand, play it as connected as you possibly can. There's no breaks in it unless there's a rest. Then the last line. Let's look at this last line here. We're here. Now that's by itself, the left hand resting. And again, we got the 4-5. And I always do the finger substitution immediately. And you're holding both of those down. Eighth notes. The stem's going up, use the right hand. The stem's going down, use the left hand. Although they give you an LH and RH, you can follow the stem, same difference. Not all publishers do it that way. You can't rely on it. You have to study it. Does it really work? Can I really follow the stems? Does it make sense? And if usually it does, then just follow the stems. Now that last line, they have a rit-e dim in the second measure. Retardando means slow down, and diminuendo means get softer. At the same time, you got to multitask here. Just that's everything else is softer than that, because that's the melody and that's the last of the melody. There's no more melody after this, so everything else is just, it's like a coda or a tag that put on the end of it. The song ended on day, it's over. But this other just kind of, it's like you had an introduction at the beginning, well, you have a little coda or tag at the end to finish it off. So but these have to sound different than the melody. So they have to, you don't want them to sound, it's like the melody continued. No, they have to sound different. So make them way softer. Well, the melody's already kind of soft, so you're going to have to make it very soft. And you can actually continue to soften it, make it softer and softer as you go up. Each time it gets a little softer. Speed-wise, well, if you were going to sing it, how fast would you sing it? Andante moderato is kind of a leisurely moderate speed. It's not slow, it's just, and that's the flow of the piece. That would be these eighth notes. Very special day, however, don't rush it, very special day. It's got to be a leisurely flow to it, whether you sing it or not. Now this pedaling, I think their pedaling works pretty well here. They're not getting too blurry, and I like to hear the phrasing. I lift the pedal with the phrasing. So it's overlapping pedal at the beginning. I'm not pedaling that. I don't want to smear it. And then I'm not pedaling that. See, I'm going to hear this phrasing in the right hand. And again, I lift up the pedal with the right hand here at the top of page 15. I want to hear the phrasing. Each time I lift it up. You don't really have to pedal that bit either, but so the top line of page 15, you can pedal it if you want, but you don't need to. Again, you don't need to pedal that measure. The second measure, second line, you can pedal that. It's a little fuller, but I'd still lift the pedal up with the phrasing in the right hands. So the second line is there. See, I've just lifted up. I want to hear silent. And then you can pedal and change. So just pedal it like the showing is fine for the most part. Now you get to know it well enough that you're not worrying about fingering and pedaling and all that. You're getting into the music, you're really listening to it, getting into this melody, and you get into the interpreting it. Well, it's like in the page 14 second line here, these repeated notes. If you just play them, they just sit there. But if you put feel an ever so slightly like it's moving somewhere, and then play the half note just a hair louder, not a full accent, it's just a hair louder. On each of these, I mean, it's typical in interpreting anyway, where you can play the longer notes a little louder because they're longer. This is for piano. That's one of the things on interpreting that you can think about. It's one of the tools you can use. So it's here. Here. Play these longer notes just a hair louder. It's like they had a two-neutral line. Now there is a note on page 15, third line down, after the repeat sign is slower. It simply means you're going to play it slower. You just slow the whole thing down, and this is kind of an afterthought, and you're dreaming, and you just go slower. Don't know how much slower, you'll have to decide. But the retardando right in front of that takes you down to whatever speed you're going to go. Of course, if you repeat, you got to go back up to your regular speed. You're not going to stay slower. They didn't give you an off tempo there on page 14, second line. They should have. Technically, they should have. Otherwise, you do the whole second verse slower. No, don't do that. Go back up to your regular speed.